Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley heads to Slammer as Nanny Faye's health declines. Todd Chrisley, along with his wife Julie and his accountant Peter, are all headed to the Slammer while Nanny Faye's health is reportedly on the decline. Has there been an official update on Nanny Faye's health? What do fans know? Keep reading for the details. Todd Chrisley heads to Slammer as Nanny Faye's health declines. According to the Ashley's Reality Roundup, both Todd and Julie attempted to use Nanny Faye's declining health as a get-out-of-jail-free card. On Julie's behalf, the argument was made that in addition to taking care of Grayson and Chloe, she also takes care of Todd's mother Nanny Faye. As fans know, Nanny Faye is currently battling bladder cancer. This was information that got leaked when Todd and Julie first went to court for their crimes. On his podcast, Todd Chrisley explained that his mother wanted to fight cancer privately. She didn't want her ailment to be in the spotlight. So, they hid it from everyone. After Todd and Julie started going to court, he realized he needed to open up about it because it was going to come out in court. And he wanted to get the real story out there first. When did fans see her last? The last time fans saw a current photo of Nanny Faye was when Chase Chrisley proposed to Emmy Medders. Nanny Faye was all smiles in the photo, and Chrisley Knows Best fans appreciated the update. Fans, however, couldn't help but notice Nanny appeared to have lost some weight, which was extremely common for someone battling cancer. Learning Nanny Faye has leaned on Julie Chrisley for caregiving support has caused the hearts to sink as it sounds as if her health has taken a turn for the worst. Fans are assuming that needing Julie as a caregiver means Nanny Faye is having trouble doing things on her own because of her declining health. Unfortunately, there really hasn't been an official update on Nanny Faye's cancer. Does your heart break knowing Nanny Faye has to battle bladder cancer without her son Todd and daughter-in-law Julie by her side? The Chrisley family has weathered many storms, but none have hit harder than the twin heartbreaks of Todd Chrisley's prison sentence and Nanny Faye's declining health. What was once America's picture-perfect Southern family, glittering with humor, wealth, and gospel-infused charm, now finds itself at a painful crossroads. And as Todd prepares to face life behind bars, his mother's health scare threatens to shatter what's left of his resilient spirit. For years, fans adored watching Todd's razor-sharp wit, Nanny Faye's mischievous energy, and the playful banter that filled Chrisley Knows Best. But now, that laughter echoes in the halls of a much quieter Nashville home. Sources close to the family whisper that Nanny Faye, long the emotional anchor of the Chrisley clan, has seen her health take a serious downturn in recent months. The news couldn't come at a worse time, just as Todd is being transported to serve his lengthy prison sentence, leaving his family to cope without his steady, if sometimes dramatic, presence. The once unbreakable bond. Todd has always been a mama's boy in the truest Southern sense. Viewers watched as he teased and protected Nanny Faye in equal measure, making sure she took her medications, scolding her for sneaking to the casino, and lovingly calling her my heart. When he was sentenced, one of the first things he reportedly asked was how his mother would manage without him. "Mama is tough, but she's not invincible," Todd allegedly confided to a close friend before reporting to prison. "If anything happens to her while I'm away, I don't know how I'll live with that." And now, it seems his worst fear might be coming true. According to insiders, Nanny Faye has been in and out of medical appointments, with Savannah Chrisley frequently accompanying her. "She's trying to stay strong for the family," one insider said. "But it's hard. She's been through cancer treatment, and the stress of Todd being gone has really affected her." Savannah, who's taken on the dual role of caretaker and legal guardian to her brother Grayson and niece Chloe, has been open about how heavy the burden has become. She's often shared on her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, that holding the family together while grieving the absence of her parents has been the hardest chapter of her life. A family torn between duty and despair. The timing couldn't be worse. As Todd began his sentence at the federal prison camp in Pensacola, Julie Chrisley was transferred to a separate facility nearly 7 hours away. For the first time in decades, the couple was apart, relying only on letters and limited phone calls to stay connected. Meanwhile, back home, Nanny Faye's health struggles have intensified. Friends of the family describe her as fighting with grace, but visibly tired. Even so, in true Nanny Faye fashion, she insists on keeping her humor intact. She jokes that she's too stubborn to let anything take her down before Todd gets home, a family friend said. But everyone knows she's not doing as well as she lets on. It's no secret that Todd's absence has left a void in the family dynamic. His daily phone calls once served as the glue that kept everyone's spirits up. Now the family scrambles to maintain a sense of normalcy, caring for Nanny Faye, handling Chloe's school routines, and managing media attention, all while quietly fearing that Todd's time away might coincide with his mother's final chapter. Faith in the face of fear. Faith has always been the Chrisley family's guiding light, and never has it been tested more. Todd, ever the believer in divine timing, continues to rely on scripture and prayer to keep him grounded behind bars. "God's got me where he wants me," he reportedly told a friend. "I just hope he keeps Mama safe until I can come home." Has leaned into her role as the family's spiritual backbone. She frequently posts Bible verses and messages of hope, urging fans not to give up on faith even in life's darkest moments. Her most recent post struck a chord. "Sometimes the ones who make us laugh the most are the ones who need our prayers the hardest." Many took it as a subtle nod to both Todd and Nanny Faye, a mother and son whose laughter once filled millions of living rooms. An uncertain future. Despite her health struggles, Nanny Faye remains fiercely protective of her family. On one of Savannah's podcast episodes, she even tried to lighten the mood, saying, "If they think this old gal's going anywhere before my boy gets home, they got another thing coming." But behind the humor, there's a sense of fragility. The sparkle in her eyes that once defined her television presence now flickers with fatigue. Doctors, according to reports, have advised her to rest and reduce stress, but that's easier said than done. Each headline about Todd and Julie's legal battles only adds to her worry. "She watches the news, she reads the stories," said a source close to the family. "Even if they try to shield her from it, she knows what's going on. And it eats at her because she's a mother first. No matter how old her kids get, she still wants to protect them." The strength of a legacy. For fans who grew up watching Chrisley Knows Best, it's almost impossible to imagine the show without Nanny Faye's quick wit and Todd's over-the-top commentary. Their bond was the heartbeat of the series, proof that no amount of wealth or fame could ever replace family loyalty. Now that same loyalty is being tested in the most painful way. The family has reportedly begun discussing ways to ensure that Nanny Faye receives round-the-clock care. Savannah and Chase have taken turns staying at her home, while Grayson checks in daily. Even with the chaos surrounding them, the Chrisleys refuse to let her face this battle alone. Fans continue to flood social media with messages of love and prayer, many recalling their favorite Nanny Faye moments: her gambling trips, her cheeky comments about men, her endless resilience. One fan wrote, "If laughter could heal, Nanny Faye would live forever." A son's hope behind bars. As Todd adjusts to life behind the prison walls, it's clear that his thoughts remain with his mother. Those who've communicated with him say that letters from Nanny Faye are what he treasures most. "She writes him every week," a family friend revealed. "Sometimes it's just a funny story or a prayer, but he says it keeps him going." It's a bond that even prison walls can't break. A son's love for his mother and a mother's unwavering belief in her child's redemption. Todd reportedly keeps a small framed photo of Nanny Faye in his cell, the same picture used on the family's Christmas card a few years ago. He says it reminds him that home still exists, the insider shared softly. That no matter what happens, there's still something beautiful waiting for him when this nightmare ends. The final word. The Chrisleys may have lost their show, their fortune, and their freedom, but what remains is something money can't buy: unshakable family devotion. As Todd serves his time and Nanny Faye battles her health, they are proving that love doesn't end when life gets hard, it deepens. No one knows what the coming months will bring. But if there's one thing the Chrisleys have taught the world, it's that even in their darkest moments, they'll find a way to laugh through the tears, pray through the pain, and hold each other up when everything else falls apart.